Hey guys, so we're going back to our gut health again today. Last week we talked about how gut health actually affects your digestion, nutrient absorption, immunity, and weight loss. And today we're going to go a little bit deeper because many of the symptoms that people struggle with every day are actually connected to the gut and they don't even realize it. So, we're going to be discussing things like hormones and inflammation, cravings, energy, mood, sleep, weight loss. And I know that so many people have experienced issues with like belly fat that won't budge, or maybe cravings, fatigue, brain fog, poor sleep, mood swings, hot flashes, weight loss resistance. Most people can relate to at least one of those symptoms. And the exciting thing is that many of these symptoms have a gut connection. So the body is always trying to communicate with us. The question is, are we listening? So there's a gut hormone connection. We're going to start with the hormones. Most people think that hormones are controlled only by the thyroid, the ovaries, the adrenal glands, or the pancreas, but your gut actually plays a huge role in this too. So your gut actually helps to regulate your hormones, process hormones, eliminate excess hormones from the body. And when the gut becomes imbalanced, hormones can suffer. Okay, so we're trying to reach the balance there. So we're going to look at a few important hormones. And actually, all of these hormones are directly related to the hormones that the Slenderized drops actually help to balance out. So first of all, you have your insulin. And insulin's job is to move sugar from the bloodstream into the cells where it can be used as energy. The problem is many people are constantly spiking insulin all day long. We're eating processed foods, we're eating sugary drinks, we're snacking throughout the day, and over the time, the body becomes less responsive to insulin. And we find that that can lead to the increased belly fat, stronger cravings, energy crashes, difficulty losing weight. So many people think that they have a willpower problem, but in reality, they actually have a blood sugar problem. You also have your cortisol. So when we talk about stress, we're talking about the cortisol levels. Stress is going to affect everything. The body doesn't know the difference between family stress and financial stress, lack of sleep, inflammation, poor nutrition. Stress is stress. So when stress rises, the cortisol rises. Short-term cortisol is actually helpful. Long-term cortisol, that can contribute to either the weight gain, the cravings, poor sleep, increased inflammation. And that's why stress management is so important to our health in general. We have hunger hormones. So have you ever felt hungry right after you're eating? Your hunger hormones are the hormones that are going to be involved with that. You have the ghrelin and the leptin. Ghrelin tells you I'm hungry. Leptin tells you I'm full. So poor sleep, inflammation, stress, and gut imbalance, all of those can interfere with those signals. Here's where the slenderized connection comes in. One reason many people notice fewer cravings while using the slenderized drops is that the drops actually help to support the body's natural hormone balancing process. So many people report reduced cravings and better appetite control, improved portion control. And when the cravings are lower, staying on track, it becomes a lot easier. So the question for you all is, what changes have you noticed in your cravings since starting the drops? I hear it all the time. You're feeling so much better. Let's talk about inflammation. This is actually a silent problem, and inflammation is not always bad. A lot of people assume that inflammation, when you hear that word, is always bad, but it's not. If you cut your finger, inflammation is what helps you to heal. The problem is when inflammation never turns off. So many people are living with chronic inflammation every single day, and those causes include the excess sugar, the processed foods, stress, poor sleep, lack of movement, poor gut health. Now, when you have inflammation in your body, it's going to show up as joint discomfort and headaches and fatigue and brain fog, weight loss resistance, puffiness, skin issues. The tricky part is that people don't realize inflammation is actually affecting them. They simply feel like they're getting older or they just don't feel right. Now, there is a gut connection. A large amount of inflammation actually starts in the digestive tract. So, when the gut becomes irritated, the immune system becomes activated. Over time, this can create inflammation throughout your body. That's why improving your gut health also improves symptoms that people are not expecting. Now, one of my supplements that I love dearly is called MOA. And this is where MOA can be a wonderful addition. MOA contains powerful antioxidant rich fruits that combat oxidative stress. Think of antioxidants like little firefighters. They help put out small fires before they become bigger problems. And that's when people will report better recovery, less discomfort, more energy. And they find that when the inflammation decreases, healing can start to happen more efficiently. Now, a large part of your gut, again, is found in your immune system. Um, did you know that a large percentage of your immune system is connected to the gut, and the digestive system is constantly deciding on what belongs, what doesn't belong, what should stay, what should leave, and that's a huge responsibility. So you have healthy bacteria and you have unhealthy bacteria. The beneficial bacteria help to support your immune function, crowd out the harmful bacteria that's in your gut. It supports your digestion and it also supports a healthy inflammation level. Think of the good bacteria as your body's security team. When they are strong, they help protect the entire environment. That's where probiotics come in. So, probiotics is one of the partner co-supplements, and it helps to support beneficial bacteria within the digestive tract. So, when you combine the healthy food choices, which you're going to find on the Slenderized list, you have your low glycemic, anti-inflammatory foods. So, you combine those healthy food choices, hydration, and fiber. I always try to recommend about 30 grams of fiber. When you do this, probiotics can actually be a powerful tool for supporting gut balance. So, how many of you are taking probiotics consistently, and what have you noticed? Have you ever felt nervous and immediately felt it in your stomach? You know, what they call having butterflies in your belly? That's because the gut and the brain are constantly communicating. This communication system is called the gut-brain axis. So messages travel back and forth all day long, and your gut is often referred to as your second brain. I have a teenage son. Believe me, it is definitely his second brain. Now, a significant amount of serotonin is produced in the digestive tract, and that means that your gut can also affect your mood. So, serotonin influences your mood, your sleep, your emotional well being, your motivation. And when gut health suffers, people may experience brain fog, irritability, poor focus, low motivation. People might blame themselves because they don't feel motivated, but sometimes their body, it just needs support. Rejuvenex is one of our supplements with Partner Co, and it supports cellular communication throughout the body. So a lot of people notice improved focus, better clarity, and increased energy when they are taking the Rejuvenex. While it's not specifically gut product, it works beautifully alongside of this wellness program and the focus of overall health. So, feeding the good bacteria. Let's go back to the garden analogy that we used from last week. The good bacteria, they need food. The question is, what are we feeding the good bacteria? Beneficial bacteria thrive on fiber and vegetables, fruits, beans, nuts, seeds. Unfortunately, most people are not getting enough fiber. I think on average, it's about 5 grams a day. Your body really needs about 30 grams of fiber a day. So it's a huge difference. Why the fiber matters? Because it helps good bacteria. It's going to support regularity. It increases the fullness. It supports your blood sugar balance and it supports your healthy digestion. The healthier your gut bacteria becomes, the better they can support your overall health. Giving greens, we talked about that last week. It is one of the supplements that is an easy way to increase plant-based nutrition. It doesn't replace the vegetables, but it helps support your daily nutrient intake in the overwhelmness. There's a supplement called Core Cleanse, and the Core Cleanse works perfectly with our gut health focus right now. As we're feeding the body better foods, we also want to have healthy elimination. So your body was designed to remove waste efficiently. When elimination improves, many people report feeling lighter, less bloated, and definitely more comfortable. So I hope that really helps you today. These are some of the things that I want you to consistently work on, especially in this next week. This week, I want to challenge you. Have you been taking your slenderized drops consistently? Are you using the core cleanse as directed? Are you taking a probiotics daily? If so, you're still having gut issues, realize it takes time for your body to heal. Maybe add the giving greens to your routine. Make sure that you are drinking half of your body weight in ounces of water on a daily basis. Focus on the vegetables. Again, vegetables and those low glycemic fruits that are on your food list. We're aiming for 30 grams of fiber a day. And you want to make sure that you're getting a great amount of the protein, both from plant protein and animal protein. Unless you have kidney issues, we always try to get about 100 grams of protein on a daily basis. So, before we finish, I'd love to hear from you. What's some of your biggest takeaways? What are you learning when it comes to your gut health?